Have you ever wondered what happens after a new drug targets get regulatory approval? How does it actually reach the patients who need it most, and at what price? That is where market access comes in, and one of the most crucial yet often misunderstood areas of the pharmaceutical industry. In today's video, we will explore what market access means, why it is important, how it works, and its global challenges, all in a clear and practical way. So let's get started. Before we go deeper, it's important to understand how market access connects with health economics and outcome research, or HEOR. You can think of them as two sides of the same coin. While HEOR focuses on generating evidence of value, things like cost effectiveness and patient outcomes, market access uses that evidence to ensure that product gets priced, reimbursed, and made available to patients in real world settings. Together, they ensure that every new drug not only proves its clinical value but also become accessible and affordable to the patient who need it. So what exactly is market access? In simple terms, market access is the process of making sure that the right patient get access to the right treatment at the right time and at the right price. It's about ensuring that innovation doesn't stop at approval. It reaches the real world in a way that is sustainable for healthcare systems and affordable for patients. The main goal are to enable rapid access, achieve value-based pricing, and ensure continuous availability of the product. Now, why does this matter so much? Because even the most innovative or life-changing drug can fail commercially and fail patients if it doesn't have a proper access strategy. Market access decide who can receive a treatment, how quickly after launch, and under what financial conditions. It has a direct impact on both public health outcome and company success. So in short, it is about balancing innovation, affordability, and equity within healthcare systems and make sure new treatment doesn't just exist but actually reach people. Let's break down the key components of market access. First, pricing. This is about setting a price that reflects the true value and clinical benefit of the drug, which remaining acceptable to payers and governments. Second, reimbursement. Here, companies negotiate with insurance providers or national healthcare systems so that patients don't have to pay entirely out of pocket. Third, health technology assessment or HTA. These are formal evaluation done by organizations like NICE in the UK to determine whether the drug offers enough value for its price. Fourth, regulatory affairs, ensuring compliance with the country's approval and post-marketing requirements. And finally, patient access and advocacy. This involves working directly with patient groups and healthcare providers to support education, awareness, and affordability programs. Together, these five pillars make up the foundation of any successful market access strategy. Let's talk a bit more about patient access and advocacy, a crucial but often overlooked part of the process. This focuses on reducing barriers that prevent patients from receiving treatment, whether those barriers are financial, informational, or logistical. It includes educating doctors, caregivers, and patients about new therapies and supporting them through assistance programs. Many pharma companies also have roles like patient access managers or patient advocacy leads, who serve as the bridge between the organization and the patient community. Ultimately, the goal is to make sure innovation translates into real-world patient benefit. Now let us understand how the market access process actually works. It usually starts early in the drug development phase, even before the product is approved. First comes evidence generation, collecting clinical and economic data to demonstrate value. Then pricing strategy, deciding how to position the product in the market. Next, HTA submission, preparing detailed dossier for payers and authorities. After that, negotiation, finalizing reimbursement and coverage agreements. And finally, post-marketing monitoring, tracking outcomes, utilization, and real-world performance. It's not a one-time step, it's a continuous cycle that evolves with new evidence and changing market needs. Now, when we talk about market access globally, the complexity increases. Every country has its own healthcare system, reimbursement policies, and pricing regulation. For example, in the UK, NICE plays a key role in evaluating cost effectiveness. In Germany, IQVIC assesses both clinical benefit and economic impact. And in Canada, CADTH performs similar evaluation before coverage decisions are made. A successful global access strategy means customizing your approach for each market while keeping your overall value story consistent across the world. Of course, it's not easy. There are several challenges in achieving effective market access. First, pricing pressure. Payers demand lower cost even for high value innovations. Second, complex and varying regulation across countries slow down the process. Third, growing demand for real world evidence. Payers want to see proof that a drug works beyond clinical trials. And fourth, the challenge of high cost therapies like cell and gene treatment, which test the limit of affordability. Add to that intense competition from generics and biosimilars, and you can see why early planning and strong evidence are key to success. Now, let's touch on two major players in today's market access landscape: biotech products and biosimilars. Biotech products are highly innovative, often targeting rare diseases or complex conditions. They usually come with different or maybe high development cost, so demonstrating value through HEOR and outcome evidence is crucial. On the other hand, biosimilars are lower cost alternative to biological drug. They must prove they are just as safe and effective as the original product, but their main advantage is affordability. Biosimilars play a major role in expanding access while keeping healthcare spending in check. Market access is not something that begins after approval. It is part of the entire drug life cycle. During R&D, it influences how trials are designed and what outcomes are measured. At launch, it guides pricing, positioning, and payer communication. And post-launch, it supports evidence updates and ensure long-term reimbursement. When planned early, market access helps maximize both patient reach and commercial impact throughout the product life. At the center of everything in market access is evidence. Access decisions rely on three types of evidence: clinical evidence, HEOR evidence, and patient-reported outcome, highlighting how the therapy improves real-life quality of life. Together, these form a strong value proposition that payers can trust, and that is what ultimately drives access and reimbursement success. Market access is not just a function, it's a strategic bridge between connecting science, policy, and patient. It helps healthcare systems get the most value from innovation, ensure that pricing reflects outcomes, and strengthens collaboration between pharmaceutical companies, healthcare professionals, and patient groups. In many ways, market access defines how well a treatment succeeds, not just in sales but in social impact. Let's quickly recap what we have covered. Market access ensures timely, affordable, and equitable access to medicines. It works hand in hand with HEOR, regulatory, and pricing teams. It is essential for both public health improvement and business sustainability. And most importantly, access is not just about availability, it's about delivering value to the society. So, the next time you hear about a new breakthrough drug, remember approval is just the beginning. Market access is what makes the difference between a product that exists and one that truly helps people. If you find this helpful, make sure to subscribe the HEOR Insights for more simplified explanations on key HEOR and pharma concepts. You can also connect with us on LinkedIn. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.